Alrighty, y'all. Welcome to another live stream. How's everybody doing today? Good afternoon. Good afternoon. How's everybody doing today? Put in the chat where everybody is watching from. I'm doing good. It's good. Everybody's doing good right now. I'm doing pretty good myself. Got a lot to talk about with Beryl. A little bit. All right, we'll get started, and we'll let a couple more people come in and catch in, and we'll let them put in the chat and stuff like that. All right, so let's get started. Here is the visible satellite. I get it. I get it. Yeah. Hope your day gets better though. Let's get started with the video of the live stream. So we have Tropical Storm Beryl as of the 1 p.m. advisory. It did take a turn to the north. It did take a turn to the north. Yeah. So it's moving north, still a 60-mile-per-hour tropical storm as of the 1 p.m. advisory. Intermediate advisory at 1 p.m. showed it drop down 2 pressure drops down to 997. Earlier this morning we saw it was in 999 tropical storm, which was 60 mile per hour still. It is now still a 60 mile per hour tropical storm as it stands, but it did turn its way to the north a little bit. So this is expected to move west northwest movement later tonight. This is we saw earlier this morning on satellite, as I saw on the we all saw on the satellite this morning, as I showed you, it was a little there was no thunderstorm development at all, and you see it now. Look at all that thunderstorm development around the center of the storm. So we do have explosive thunderstorm development across the area. This is starting to rapidly intensify as of right now, as by looking at the thunderstorm development. We'll take a closer look at what I mean by this rapidly intensifying right now. That caught my eye. What caught my eye, y'all, with this is this band feature here. If I can, okay, so this band feature here, let me stop the satellite real quick, show y'all. So right here is what the key factor to what intensified what kind of intensified Beryl a little bit and made all of this thunderstorm development explode just automatically. This is an outflow cloud band coming in and exploding out of the storm, and it developed all of that convection around the center. So we are supposed to see later tonight explosive development with Beryl as it moves west northwest tonight and heads right toward the Texas coast. I'll show you all the latest intensity as well as the latest track and the latest cone, and the storm surge still as it was this morning. So your satellite data right there. Not much to talk about on satellite. We'll have to see what it does later on. But we can go and look at the infrared, and you can see we do have some dry air coming into Beryl right now as well. You can see here a little drier air coming in to the storm, which is eating the eastern side of the storm up a little bit, but that is really supposed to fill in by later tonight. But yeah, so this is supposed to feed in tonight. So eastern edge, we will start to see explosive thunderstorm development on the eastern edge tonight. So now y'all want to look at the models, so we'll go to the models right now. So I first want to start off. I first want to start off with one of the short range models. Not the NAM yet. We'll go to. How about we go to the icon model? The icon showing this storm as the 12Z model run of the icon, showing y'all right here, showing y'all a 981 Cat 1 hurricane heading right for in between Texas and Corpus Christi up to Houston. We will take a look at, we will, let me zoom out of here. Go to regional. Okay, so we have that Cat 1, lower end Cat 1 making landfall Monday, sometime Monday morning, Monday afternoon south, deep South Texas. So either make landfall in Corpus Christi, just to the east of Corpus Christi, or it takes a direct northeast turn, and direct hit Houston. But we will see what it does the next few hours, and tomorrow will depend on where exactly the center of that storm is going to go. The European 12Z mall run not in yet, but I will show y'all. Now, I want to caution y'all. I want y'all to caution very well on this. We'll take this very seriously right here. This model run. This is the NAM model. Show y'all all three runs. So then 0Z from last night, the 6Z from this morning, and then the 12Z also from this afternoon. I mean this morning, early afternoon, and then we'll look at the 18Z whenever it comes out. This is your NAM model. We'll go over to wind gusts real quick. You can see not much going in the way of wind right now into Texas, but that will certainly change once we head over to Saturday, July 9th. So today, we will start to see some of that onshore push coming into Texas. So onshore push coming into, which will start to see storm surge start to get involved. Not going to be bad tonight, but we are starting to see storm surge coming in. And then we can skip ahead to 7 a.m. Sunday. 7 a.m. Sunday, we can start seeing winds picking up from Galveston to Lake Jackson, down to Corpus Christi, down to Brownsville. So winds will start picking up just a tiny bit there. And then as we head, I want to caution y'all on this model. We'll take this model 100%. We have Corpus Christi by Sunday Sunday night, late Sunday night, approaching tropical storm force winds entering the state of Texas. Now I want y'all to caution this. I'm gonna show you all a few. Look at these wind gusts, the potential wind gusts with this hurricane. It's wanting to put it a high end category 4, low end category 5 hurricane coming into Texas. This is just a NAM model, but if the NAM is completely right, or if the icon is completely right, those two models could be the worst case scenario. This is just a future. NAM model has recently been very, very aggressive with tropical systems and severe weather, but you can see what this model run is wanting to do. So 127 miles per hour wind gust potential. I don't think it's going to be, my opinion on it, I don't think it's going to be Cat 5. I don't think this storm has enough time to go Cat 5 this weekend by tomorrow, unless something goes wrong and we have massive thunderstorm development by tomorrow. But if we do have enough energy, enough convection tomorrow morning, and we do have enough, and that wind shear completely dissolves, then we will have maybe a major hurricane hitting the South Texas coast. But I can't rule out a Category 3 in South Texas, though. I think that's in the forecast. I think that's going to be right there. Category 3, lower end Category 3 hurricane hitting deep South Texas. So you see, according to the NAM, the high-res NAM, 80 mile per hour hurricane. That's Cat 1 strength wind gusts. You can see where the highest of the wind gusts are going to be, just to the east of Corpus Christi, on that on the right side edge of the storm. You can see the heaviest wind gust, as well as your storm surge going into the storm. So we'll see what this does. But I am not buying. I'm not. I'm not sold on the NAM model. I think the NAM model is being too aggressive on this. I don't think it's going to be right. I don't think this is going to happen. I don't want this to happen. If we have a Cat 5 hurricane hitting the area, it will be devastating for Texas. But we'll see how it does later on. But we're going to go to the Canadian model now. I want to change to the Canadian model, so we don't send the fear out. I'll show y'all why I think could be a flood disaster and stuff here in Texas and Arkansas here in a minute. I'll show you the dynamics, the upper air conditions, as well as your lower level, and then also the rainfall outlooks too, and show y'all why I mean that. So here is, I'm gonna show y'all the rainfall outlooks from this Canadian model here. And this is what I mean by we could have a pretty substantial flood disaster from Texas all the way up to Little Rock. You have, this is about 8 to 12 inches possible from South Texas all the way up to Central Arkansas. It just depends on where the track of Beryl goes. Also, let's see, the storm surge is going to be significant too. I think we could see it a widespread 2 to 4 feet of storm surge down in South Texas, and then we could see also 3 to 5 feet, as high as 6 feet across deep South Texas as well. So I'm gonna go. Let me go to the Radar Omega site, and I'm gonna take off this cone for y'all, and I'm gonna give y'all my areas of what I think is gonna happen with Beryl. My official forecast for Beryl. Okay. Oh, North Dakota. Yeah, I'll show you North Dakota real quick. North Dakota, we do have a severe threat there today. Maybe some isolated thunderstorms there. We do have a severe thunderstorm warning there in South Dakota. There's southeastern North Dakota right here. South Dakota has this one severe thunderstorm warning as of right now. And that's another thing I want to show y'all. We do have a tornado threat in Nebraska and Kansas. We do have one tornado on the ground there in northern Kansas. Show y'all this real quick, and then we'll get back into Beryl. This is observed right over our Enchiladas, Kansas. It's moving northeast at 30 miles per hour, so they public confirmed tornado there. Yeah, so there's that. Look at this, guys. Almost 3-inch size hail there in southern Nebraska, and a tornado warning there. So radar indicated there. So there's North Dakota for y'all. I want to go through the severe weather outlooks too. That makes me want to do that too. I didn't go over that this morning either, so I want to go over that. So with Beryl coming in, we do have a slight risk of severe weather tomorrow as Beryl approaches the coast of Texas. Tornadoes will be the main hazard, as well as wind. Hail, not going to be the main hazard. Here's tomorrow. We also have a slight risk here in Oklahoma and northern Texas. That's a slight risk there. So there's tomorrow as Beryl approaches. Monday, we also have a slight risk here for southwestern Louisiana and southeast Texas. And then we have the marginal risk expanding all the way up to Shreveport, Louisiana too. So if you're in Shreveport, northwestern Louisiana, keep an eye on this system because these outlooks will change. Not yet an outlook yet in Arkansas, but we do have a chance of tornadic potential here in Arkansas as Beryl moves in. Now, rainfall outlooks. Your rainfall starting tomorrow. Let me change. Y'all can't see that really well. Okay, so here's your rainfall outlook starting tomorrow. We'll take these warnings off real quick because those are in my way. So we have a marginal risk, a large marginal risk from Lake Charles, Louisiana, all the way down to Reynosa, Mexico. We also have a slight risk from Brownsville, northern Mexico, all the way including Galveston and Houston. So a very far-reaching, likely flash flooding there in Texas tomorrow. Monday could be the big day here. We have a level 3 out of 4 risk for flooding tomorrow. So a moderate risk for flooding. This is going to be from east to Corpus Christi, College Station, Houston, eastward. This is likely going to change too. We have that large slight risk, including southwestern Arkansas into western northwestern Louisiana, and then we have that big, huge marginal risk area up there, all the way up into Springfield, Missouri. So we do have that as well. And then the day 4 and 5, you also have flash flooding, and this is where flash flooding will get greater here. I think we will see a moderate risk somewhere in here on Tuesday. So I showed y'all Monday. I showed y'all tomorrow and Monday. This is Tuesday. I think a moderate risk will be issued on Tuesday as well. And then Wednesday, we'll see if they issue a slight risk for flooding. But we also have a flooding chance on Wednesday as well. So there's Wednesday for you. But caution y'all, go over your plans and safety concerns as well. Have a way to get warnings and make sure to look at the latest track and cone from the National Hurricane Center. Follow local authorities if they do order evacuations. If you're in deep South Texas, and as well as follow your local meteorologist as well, not just me. Your local meteorologist as well will keep you updated on the storms as well. So I'm going to show y'all my official track. I'm going to show y'all this track that I'm sold on with Beryl going. So I'm going to show y'all the National Hurricane Center track and the cone. And I'm going to show y'all my track. So here is the National Hurricane Center cone. And now I'm going to show y'all my track of where I think Beryl is going to make landfall. So we have Beryl right now here. I think it follows along with the National Hurricane Center, but then I think it turns to a northern track, and I think it goes kind of like that. So y'all want to screenshot that. There is my official landfalling on Beryl. I think I'm sold on this track right here. So this yellow line is my official track of where I think Beryl is going to make landfall in Texas. And I think it's going to get very close to Galveston and Houston. But this is my official. So if y'all want to screenshot that, go right ahead. I'm going to give y'all a few minutes to screenshot it. Let me know if y'all got the screenshot, so we can move on. Okay, we got it. Okay. All right, I can take this off now. All right, so there's my official track. I'm gonna do another one here. I'm going to show y'all where I think the worst of the rainfall in Texas is going to be at. So show you my forecast of where the heaviest rainfall I think will fall. So you see within Hurricane Center has their. I'll show y'all where my um, this is where I think the biggest storm surge will happen. So zoom in a little bit more to the coast. Okay, so here's where I think my idea of where the heaviest and where the worst storm surge is going to be. So I think it's going to be along right in through here. So if y'all want to screenshot that, that's where I think storm surge will be likely, where storm surge will be the greatest and will be the worst across Texas. Within that area, I did track because you're gonna have the eastern side as well as Corpus Christi. Let me know when y'all got this screenshot too. Okay. Alrighty, we'll move on to rainfall. Hold on. Okay, so we'll move on to rainfall now. Your rainfall, the greatest rainfall I think will be is change colors here. I'll go over Texas and Arkansas. So in Texas, your worst rainfall I think will be right in here. So there's that. Here's your. This is where I think the worst rainfall will occur. And then I'll show you over where I think if you're too far west of this track, I think I'll show you where I think the least amount of rainfall. So that pink is going to be your where the worst of the rainfall will occur. Here's where I don't think you're going to get too much of a rainfall with Beryl. So that orange is where it's unlikely to have really heavy rainfall, and the pink is showing you where I think the heaviest of the rainfall in Texas is going to be. Just by looking at model data as of now. So if y'all want to screenshot that, let me know when you'll get that. Sorry. All right. So you all got that there. We'll go now. We'll transition into Arkansas, where I think the worst of the and where I think I'm gonna show you all first the unlikely area of rainfall where I think rainfall will not be as high in Arkansas. Zoom out a little bit more. There we go. Go here. So unlikely area of really heavy rainfall in Arkansas. This was subject to change, but it's going to be this area here. unlikely area of heavy rainfall. I think it's going to be west of Little Rock, down near to Texarkana, up to Fort Smith and Fayetteville in southern Missouri. That's going to be your least heavy rainfall. Um, and then I'm going to show y'all my and now I'm going to show y'all where my greatest threat or the greatest threat of heavy rainfall will be. So I think the heaviest rainfall will be from right here, from along I-30 down to Texarkana. There you go. That's where I think the heaviest rainfall threat will be occurring in Arkansas. So if y'all want to screenshot that. So that will include Little Rock, Jonesboro, into Memphis, northern Louisiana, northeast Texas, and western northwest Mississippi on Tuesday and Wednesday. So screenshot that if you'll. Let me know when y'all got that. Okay. All right. So that is my official forecast of Beryl. So I showed y'all my official track. I showed y'all where I think the worst of the storm surge is going to be, and I showed y'all where the heaviest rainfall and the least heavy rainfall in Texas and Arkansas will be. Make sure to share that out to all the platforms y'all can, and get people notified. But don't take my forecast seriously. They're subject to change. They may change tomorrow. They may change tonight. We don't know yet. But this is just a general idea of Beryl. So Beryl is expected to make landfall somewhere in Texas. And I think in between, I think I think it's gonna take a track north. I do really do, because you've got the low pressure, you've got a ridge to the east that's driving the system to the north. So no further ado, y'all. We're gonna end this live stream, and I won't have another live update tonight because I got work tonight. So if I do, I will post updates on. I will post a picture update on Beryl, um, but I will go live tomorrow morning as well. Give you all a quick update on that, and then we'll have another update at 4 o'clock tomorrow afternoon and 7 o'clock tomorrow evening on Beryl as it's starting to strengthen. So, any questions before we head off here? Any questions? I hope I answered everybody's questions to this live stream here. Alrighty, y'all. Well, if there are no other questions, I will end the live stream. Y'all have a great day, and keep a track on, keep an eye on posts from me, as well as from your National Weather Service and the National Hurricane Center for updates from Tropical Storm Beryl. And I will catch y'all later for another live stream. Y'all have a wonderful day, and thanks for tuning in. Bye.